Welcome back. A powerful new book explores the hardships and gender inequality issues many of our grandmothers were forced to live with in their time. The Granddaughter Project is an emotional tribute to those powerful women and the roads they paved for us. Joining us now from Mumbai, which is amazing, is Shaheen Chishti. He is the author of The Granddaughter Project and a female empowerment advocate. We're so excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the time to be on your show. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good morning to America.
Yes, thank you.
It's in the evening there.
Yes. It's like 6 o'clock at night in Mumbai, and we're so excited to have you here. Can you tell us about the Granddaughter Project?
Yes, so this book contains three different characters, three female characters, very strong characters, one being enraged and sort of uprooted in the name of Kamla, who had to endure the Bengal famine in which 3 million Indians perished without any food, which I like to refer to as our Holocaust. And that then leads me into Austria, where the character of Helga develops. Helga was an Austrian citizen who had a normal life, and how life changed for them. And basically, post that, they basically suffered a tremendous amount of discrimination. And what particularly I try to highlight in the Jewish Holocaust, which has been written a few times, is the SAS soldiers' atrocities committed against the Jewish people, Jewish women in particular, and the rape and so on and so forth that took place. And then, having lived in London for 37 years, I went to school in Holland Park in West London, and next to West Holland Park, as some of you may know, is Notting Hill Gate, and the Notting Hill race riots played on my psyche of 1958, so I included black character of Lynette, who came on a banana boat to England, so-called banana boat, and how their life changed, how the race riot took place, which was totally because of a misunderstanding. So basically, I tried to cover all different characters. There was a fourth South African white character, which I'm afraid I had to drop because the publisher thought it was too big, and I was going to call the book initially 4 seasons. But then after a lot of deliberation, it ended up being the Granddaughter Project, which I'm launching in India, in subcontinent. I'm coming to America in November as well, to Beverly Hills, as well as New York to launch it. I love America. It's the best country in the world, and I love American people.
Thank you for saying that. We love you for saying that.
Can I just say that gave me goosebumps. Thank you so much for saying that, and we love to hear that too. So thank you.
And we hear that a lot, and we appreciate that coming from other countries as well. Why was it important to you to write this book?
Well, you know, I grew up in India. I was born in India in a state called Rajasthan, where women, when I used to watch movies and documentaries as a child, there were women who were carrying a pot of water for their families, traveling 20 kilometers to get the water just for the family. That kind of gave birth to the idea of working for women empowerment. I thought women make more sacrifices, and generally, I think, in life, and they hold the society together. And as you may read the book, on the first 5 pages, I try to talk about the tree. And I think the tree is very much a woman because she's growing in different directions. She's providing a shade for the society. She is strong. She lives for so long. And it's wonderful for people to come, all men come under that shade. So I try to emulate that and sort of relate to those things. I was inspired by those Rajasthani women who were carrying water for 20 kilometers just for their family. That was just the beginning. But then again, I grew up in London, and I saw a more kind of developed world, but I saw some problems there as well. I just wanted to highlight, and a lot of work needs to be done, which is what I'm intending to do via the book, the Granddaughter Project, as well as through my foundation for women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you hope? You're gonna make me cry. You're talking so passionately. I have strong women in my family. So does Kelly. What you're speaking is truth, and it hits home to me because I understand what you're saying. What do you hope the viewer, the reader, takes away from the book?
Well, I think it is open to both genders, more to men than to women, because women are the sufferers in this book. Men needs to open the doors for women. And what everybody should take from the book is that, okay, these are the mistakes, and these are the sufferings that women had, the grandmothers, and we should not have to repeat those things again in life with anyone, any race, any gender. And what I'm fighting for is 35% reservation for women in every sector. In America, in United Kingdom, in India, and Pakistan, that's where I'm going to do most of my work. That would be my catalyst. And if this happens, which it should happen, then boom, 35% for women. The reason why it's not 50% is some women decide to have family over career, and I appreciate that, and we all like that. but ultimately it should be 50%, but 35 is a good start. But, you know, men out there, get ready. Make a seat.
Yeah.
But for women. Women are coming, big time, big time.
Oh, I love that.
I love it.
But let me just ask you, as a man, it's so interesting that you are the one standing in the forefront for women. Why did you take that role?
Well, I came to this planet via a woman. She gave birth to me. I am a light on this planet because of my mother. And I owe it to my mother, my sisters, my friends, my daughters, to highlight these things, because I don't want this unequal, unfair society to continue. It has been happening for centuries. About time we address this. And how can we be honest and accountable when half the population is women and we've been ignoring it? I mean, there's not even a single place which has half the women as a representative of the company, of the government, or an organization. There just doesn't happen. Why is that?
Right.
Why is
Question.
that?
Well, being a women's rights advocate, and particularly you work a lot within the Muslim culture, what can you do? What is the work you're doing, and how can we all help? Because I was thinking about all cultures.
Yeah.
The women tend to be, you know, diminished and put down in every culture, not just the Muslim world, but in a lot of worlds, there's inequality with women.
Well, I have a very strong message for the Muslim culture which I belong to. It needs a lot of changing. And I think the first catalyst for us there is the first wife, Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Prophet of Islam. His first wife was a trader. So 1,500 years ago, the first wife, Muhammad, was a CEO in Saudi Arabia. You don't even find a woman CEO now. That was the case 1,500 years ago. And that would be my catalyst to take that argument front in the Muslim society. And she was a very rich lady. She was divorced. She was a widow. She was older than Muhammad, peace be upon him, and she asked for his hand. So these are very, very strong things that we need to take forward. And saying has it that Muhammad used to stand up every time his daughter entered the room.
Oh,
right? So
I love that.
very, very interesting things we need to take forward. And in the Hindu society, we already had very, very empowering women in our independence movement. There was Sarojini Naidu, if you may read about her. We've always had goddesses as well. So basically, that's not a problem to take in the Hindu society. In the Christian society, in Jewish society, we've had tremendous and very strong characters there as well, from the Prophet Maryam as well.
Absolutely.
So I think we can always take positives. We need to look at the positive element of how we can empower women.
Yes.
You see, it will be a win. Please.
Yes. I'm so sorry. We're running out of time, and you're so eloquent.
Well, we could talk to you for lots of
Thank
time.
you.
But we want to let the folks know how they can get your book. How can they do that?
So it's available on Amazon across the world and on Kindle. And Nimble Books also is published in Michigan. I have an American publisher, so I was an American link. And I like you to buy the book. I like you to read the book. I like you to criticize the book. I like you to give me the feedback on the book. I'm very open-minded. Please, I welcome everything from you. I want to learn from you. And what I can say is to you, God bless you. God bless America. And the same God blesses us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaheen.
Thank you so
we
much.
love you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
We love
you.
you
Welcome
too.
back anytime.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
My honor. Thank you.
All right.
You
That's
too.
wonderful.
Bye-bye.
I would love to.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, when we come back, are we eating some chicken?
We're eating some chicken.
From Price Cutter. We'll
Yes.
be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I love him. He's an inspiration.
He is an inspiration.